Meet Mr. A. You may notice he looks a bit boring, but as a matter of fact, he has an exceptional personality. He asked for our help and we might be able to give him a makeover by following the new basics of graphic design. To improve Mr. A's image, we first need to understand his compositions. Every shape is made of points, lines, and planes. These are the building blocks of design and allow designers to create images. A point marks a position in space. And through its scale, position, and relationship to its surroundings, it can express its own identity. A series of points forms a line. Geometrically, a line has a length but no breadth. Graphically, however, lines exist in many weights and are determined by its thickness, waviness, or even texture. But when a line reaches a certain thickness, it becomes a plane. A plane is the path of a moving line. It can be solid, or perforated, opaque or transparent. And as a graphic element, Mr. A is also built out of all these things. Mr. A always dreamt of having a bright color. Well, we might be able to try some things out. Let's start with the three primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. Which one do you prefer, A? It doesn't seem he likes any of them. Well, when mixing these primary colors, you can get whatever color you like. When mixing yellow and red, you get orange. Red and blue make purple. And yellow and blue make green. These three colors are called the secondary colors. Further, white is used to brighten up a color, and black is used to darken it. With these 5 colors you are able to make every color you want. Well, maybe color isn't your thing, A. What do you think about some texture, huh? I know somebody who can help us with that. My dog Bobby lives in this little house and he is very hairy. Here, you'll see. The texture of design elements correspond to their visual function. A fluffy smooth surface might invite you to touch it, while a spiky hard surface gives you the notion to stay far away from it. Many of the textures that designers manipulate only exist as optical effect and representations. Texture can help add detail to an image. Mr. A still doesn't look very pleased. So maybe we should move on to other options. Well, Mr. A. What if we say you're not alone in this world? Meet your friends like yourself. Hi Team A. You all look the same, don't you? This may seem a little monotonous. Let's get into an order. You look so complicated and it's hard to understand. But, how? Hierarchy can help you. The human eye perceives primarily from left to right and then from top to bottom. Yes, it can help you get into this order, but don't you think it's too monotonous? A. Let's reorganize using the hierarchy principle. It helps you to use different sizes, colors and contrasts. You can group by using colors and different contrasts, and also you can create a more dynamic image by changing the sizes. And remember, the other A's are your friends. Make sure you're close. Use proximity. So you can create a more understandable pattern. Okay Mr. A. Now it's time for the question. What are you really made up of? Yes, that's the right answer. Units. It is possible to create new units from the piece to the whole. Now let's get a closer look at you, no shame. Oh, you're made up of 3 units. Actually, as I said before, these units are your surfaces. But you seem a little different, now? Wow, you have perspective view. Perspective. Perspective is a tool used to represent 3-dimensional objects on a 2-dimensional plane. Likewise, you can transfer 2-dimensional objects to 3-dimensional objects with perspective. Let's look at ways to move from 2D to 3D in graphic design. All we need is a light and a shadow. Look how huge you look. Another option is to use different layers and colors. You look amazing again. By doing these, you can create a 3-dimensional perception on 2 dimensions. But don't worry, you're beautiful in every way. Mr. A is actually a funny guy. He can change his dimensions sometimes, which makes him scalable. He even has a family. His family is his variations designed with different proportions. Lovely. Don't you think? Mr. A is sometimes surprising us by repetition of himself in a order and creating a whole new looking, which is called pattern. This guy is a genius, right? You can find him anywhere.